If you want to become a more consistent golfer, you're going to want to watch this video all the way through because this will be your tool, your framework to self-assess your golf swing on video. I'm Coach Andrew Banner with Golf Solved, and I use my teaching formula to help you understand truly how to look at your golf swing, work on one thing at a time, confirm on video that you're doing it with correct form and technique so you can chisel away at your golf swing and not just have breakthroughs, but have breakthroughs that turn into conviction out on the golf course. And for you to do that, you have to understand the P system and understand that the P system is purely positions we're passing through in the golf swing, whether it's a good golf swing or a bad golf swing. But when we can identify what are these positions and what are the similarities that we see within those positions from tour players versus high handicappers, it starts to be much easier for you to identify where your golf swing is getting outside of standard deviation, which is leading to inconsistent contact, losing distance, massive curves on the golf ball. So now when you have the framework to start identifying where you're outside of standard deviation, and then you have a game plan on how to upgrade your golf swing step by step, it becomes a lot easier for you to look at your swing on film and have the confidence to truly assess what you're doing. So now I'm gonna walk you through the P system from 3 different camera angles. That's correct. There are 3 camera angles that can really help you improve your golf swing. And I'm gonna make it really simple. So from the face-on camera angle, at the start of the golf swing, that is P1. How the club moves from P1 to P2, shaft parallel to the ground. And see, I'm gonna just drop in tour players and show you similarities off here to my side as I go through these positions, so you can just start to notice that there are similarities with these tour players as they move through the system. And so P3 is now when the lead arm is parallel to the ground. P4 is the top of the backswing. P5 is when the lead arm is back parallel to the ground in the downswing. And now P6 is when the shaft is parallel to the ground in the downswing as I'm working down to impact. P7 is impact. P8 is when the shaft is parallel to the ground in the follow-through. P9 is when the trail arm is parallel to the ground in the follow-through. And then P10 is your finish position. So now we're going to take a look at the second most common camera angle that we look at, which is down the line, looking down the target line. And so again, in review, I'm going to make this very easy for you to see on other tour players right here off to my side. So P1 is setup, your start position. P2 is simply shaft parallel to the ground. What you're going to start evaluating at P2, for example, is the club head on the hands, outside of the hands, inside of the hands. P3, lead arm parallel to the ground. Are the hands too out, in the middle of your torso, extremely in? So getting those within standard deviation here will help you get your swing on plane. P4, there is a lot to evaluate at P4. Simply, where is the club head located? Where is your arm plane located? Where is your trail elbow located? As you work from P4, top of backswing, halfway down, that's P5. Again, we can evaluate hand location, out, in the middle, or super deep. We could look at shaft plane. So again, there's a lot of things that we can be looking at, but we're trying to stay within standard deviation. As we go from P5 down to P6, again, we can evaluate club head location in relation to the hands. We could also start noticing that the posture is changing at P6. And then as we work down to P7, we can recognize how much hip rotation there is or isn't. But we can also take a look at arm structure. Is our trail elbow under our lead elbow? Are they parallel? Or are we swinging significantly over the top? As we go to P8, have the hands disappeared and the club head is out in front of you? Or is the club hidden in front of your body? At P9, we can start to take a look at our leg structure at P9, for example, where the club is located at P9, and then P10, the finish position. There's a lot we can look at, but let's just take a look at the foot position. All of these details are going to have an influence on the way that you swing the golf club. And so we're using those to identify and work backwards on if you're making inconsistent contact and you're constantly catching it fat, thin, off the toe, off the heel. Well, when we look through your swing throughout the P system, we're gonna start to be able to see trends that are leading to those inconsistencies. The last and most least common camera angle used, but honestly might be the most powerful camera angle, is the posterior view. So when you're looking at a golfer from the back side. And so as you know, the positions here are pretty simple. Set up, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, and P10. But why would someone look at the posterior camera angle? Well, there's many reasons. One of the most simple ones I would tell you that I would say 97% of golfers struggle with, so you might want to take a look at this and self-evaluate, is the way the hips move from P1 to P4, from setup to top of the backswing. So if you're looking and you drew a line down the middle of my body, cut it in two, right down the middle of my hips, and you watch this trail glute or trail pocket, on a high handicapper as they get to the top of the backswing, they would not cross that line. They would not rotate to where their hip gets on the lead side of that line, target side of the line. But now I'm gonna show you a good pivot with zero hip sway. This makes it easy for me to shallow out the downswing, get my low point moved in front of the golf ball to become a great ball striker. But in review, as you watch this video step by step through, I really want you to understand the P system, because what it is it's a communication tool. It's an identification system. So when you're looking at your golf swing, you could throw up some model golf swings and you can start looking, okay, am I doing these things similarly? Or am I way outside of standard deviation of what that tour player is doing? Because let's face it, they're great ball strikers. And if you're a high handicapper and you're trying to chisel away and work on one thing at a time that can truly transform your golf swing, it's gonna be important for you to learn how to self-assess. And the P system is a great way for you to elevate your understanding of how to look at your golf swing on video, to have that confidence and conviction to make upgrades purposefully, step by step. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to get more content like this. And please ask questions below. The more questions you ask, the more that I'll answer and create better content for you moving forward.